Hey, what's up, Loot Now fam? Today we're going to review several new free games available on Steam. Without further ado, let's get down to it. Terram Reduct Protocol drops you deep beneath the surface of an occupied Earth, where alien spores and rusted steel mingle in a maze of tunnels and cavernous vaults. From the first moment you hit the opening level, you feel the weight of humanity's last hope pressing against your shoulders. The game's 17 main stages and 5 bonus rounds keep you moving at a relentless pace, forcing you to decide whether to sprint through a corridor or pause to reload a power-up. It's a test of reflexes and strategy, and the tension never lets up. The controls are a breath of fresh air for a platformer. A single keyboard handles running, jumping, and crouching, while the mouse takes care of aiming and shooting. It's tight and responsive, allowing you to focus on the action instead of wrestling with a controller. The key system is simple yet satisfying. Each level's symbol-coded keys feel like a small puzzle that rewards careful exploration. Finding the right key feels like a small triumph before you're thrust back into a firefight. Power-ups and energy infusions add another layer of depth. A quick boost to your firepower or a temporary shield can turn the tide of a firefight, and the variety of weapons keeps the combat fresh. The boss battles are where the game truly shines. Facing a massive alien commander is a high-stakes encounter that demands perfect timing and quick thinking. It's a reminder that every run matters, especially with the live global leaderboard that updates as you finish levels. The leaderboard adds a competitive edge that makes you want to replay levels to climb higher. Visually, the game pays homage to the classic platformers of the 90s with a pixelated charm that feels nostalgic but polished. The sound design is atmospheric, with rumbling underground drums and alien war cries that make the tunnels feel alive. The soundtrack shifts from tense, low-tempo tracks during exploration to high-energy blasts during boss fights, perfectly matching the gameplay tempo. If there's a downside, it's the occasional pacing hiccup. Some levels feel stretched, and the difficulty spikes can be unforgiving for newcomers. However, the replay value is high thanks to the leaderboard and a variety of power-ups that encourage experimenting with different playstyles. Overall, Terram Reduct Protocol is a solid, well-crafted platformer that successfully blends tight controls, fast-paced combat, and a compelling narrative of resistance. It's a game that rewards persistence and skill, and it's definitely worth the time if you're looking for a nostalgic yet fresh platforming experience. Nosh El Grim takes the spotlight in this bite-sized platformer, giving you a 2-hour sprint through 15 meticulously crafted levels. The core loop is simple: jump, run, glide, and dodge a parade of moving blocks, rotating cubes, and platforms that shift every time you hop. It feels like a polished mini-arcade, demanding timing and precision without ever feeling repetitive. Collecting gold and anglerfish is the main incentive to keep moving forward, and each level hands you 100 coins that unlock upgrades, double dash, triple jump, faster running. Those power-ups feel like a meaningful progression system, turning a tight platforming challenge into a more fluid experience. Hidden rooms with extra lives add a layer of curiosity that rewards exploration. The art style is clean and colorful, with a whimsical charm that fits the spin-off vibe from the epics of Nosh books. The music is upbeat but never overbearing, keeping your focus on the action. However, the free-to-play model means a few ads pepper the gameplay, which can break immersion if you're in the middle of a tricky jump. Overall, it's a solid, short platforming adventure that's perfect for a quick play session. If you're a fan of tight controls and a touch of upgradable fun, give it a try. In the world of Japa, a kingdom haunted by the Dragon Surge, the stakes are higher than ever. Dive into this turn-based clash of dragons versus knight, and feel the adrenaline as you step into the boots of Stan, the fearless knight on a quest to vanquish 4 ruthless dragon clans. The core mechanic is simple yet thrilling. Roll a mighty d20 to unleash devastating attacks, dodge massive claw strikes, and land critical hits that double your damage. Every turn feels like a high-stakes gamble, especially with the dragon's catastrophic breath attacks that can end your run by turn 20. Timing your health potions becomes a tactical dance, and choosing upgrade cards adds another layer of strategy. Each upgrade powers Stan, but also makes the dragons deadlier, raising the tension for an epic showdown. The game shines with its crisp, tactical pacing and the satisfaction of outsmarting those scaly foes. The soundtrack player lets you relive the epic score, while the dev gallery offers a peek behind the scenes. The All Upgrades active mode is a fun way to replay the game at maximum power, but it also highlights the game's reliance on grinding to keep up with the escalating threat. Overall, Dragons vs. Night delivers a polished, high-stakes turn-based experience that rewards careful planning and bold risk-taking. If you love tactical combat with a dash of roguelike tension, this title will keep you on the edge of your seat. Picture this: 2 snails, a chaotic track, and a handful of potions that can turn your slowpoke into a speed demon or a nasty obstacle for your rival. In Snails and Potions, you and a friend race to the finish line, scavenging the map for ingredients, brewing potions on the fly, and then deciding whether to power up your own snail or throw a wrench into your opponent's plans. The beauty of the game is that there are no rules, just pure, frantic fun. Crafted by a talented team of 5 students from Hoke School West Vlaanderen's Digital Arts and Entertainment program, this indie gem proves that great ideas can come from a classroom. Grab a friend, pick up a pot, and let the snail showdown begin. Hey gamers, today we are diving into the Telenet Shooting Collection Launcher, a free hub that brings 4 classic shooters from Telenet Japan and Wolf Team straight to your PC. Although the launcher itself is free, you'll need to purchase each title as DLC, Granada, Avenger, Gyarus, and Psychic Storm, so grab them on Steam before you start. Each game offers a distinct flavor. Granada throws you in a tank-like mobile weapon that roams in all directions. Avenger has you piloting a future combat helicopter on mission-based skirmishes. Gyarus lets you absorb enemy fire and turn it into your own arsenal. And Psychic Storm delivers a frantic shoot-'em-up that even supports simultaneous 2-player action. The collection keeps the original feel intact, but adds modern conveniences like key remapping and a handy rewind feature that lets you undo those heartstopper mistakes. So if you're a fan of retro shooters or just love a good nostalgia fix, this launcher gives you the convenience of one interface while preserving the unique charm of each title. Remember to pick up the DLCs, launch the launcher, and get ready to fire off some pixel-perfect action. Imagine stepping into a world that feels alive, where every wind-blown leaf and distant bell seems to breathe with history. That's the promise of Sword of Justice, an open-world MMO that throws the traditional RPG mold right out the door. From the moment you launch, the art style grabs you. It's a bold fusion of classic Chinese brushwork and crisp, modern graphics that give the game a timeless, almost cinematic look. The streets of the Song Dynasty feel bustling, the mountains rise like living sculptures, and the glow of lanterns at dusk is a visual treat that never fades. What sets Sword of Justice apart is its Paths Converge system. Instead of locking you into a single class, the game lets you mix and match hundreds of martial arts moves, turning every combat encounter into a personal expression of skill. A tank can heal, a healer can unleash a flurry of strikes. There's no rigid hierarchy, just fluid, creative play. Combat itself is a joy. The animations feel weighty, the skill effects explode with color, and the physics of the world make every sword swing feel like it could cut through the air itself. Mythical beasts roam the wilderness, and every encounter is a chance to test your newly crafted style. The lack of grinding is a breath of fresh air. Progress feels earned, not forced. The open world is a playground for curiosity. You can climb peaks, dive into caverns, solve ancient puzzles, and uncover hidden techniques. The game also offers a surprising array of non-combat activities, archery contests, court trials, fishing, even chess. This diversity keeps the experience fresh for both hardcore players and those who just want to explore. One of the most impressive innovations is the NPC companion system. You can tackle group dungeons solo, with companions that adapt to your playstyle. This removes the pressure to constantly find teammates and makes the game more approachable for players who prefer a relaxed pace. The only real drawback is that, while the game offers hundreds of skills and gear, the sheer volume can feel overwhelming. New players may need time to find their footing among the options. Additionally, some of the side quests feel a bit repetitive, though the variety of professions and activities usually balances that out. All in all, Sword of Justice feels like a breath of fresh air in the crowded MMO space. It delivers stunning visuals, an innovative combat system, and a world that rewards exploration over grinding. If you're looking for an MMO that lets you carve your own path without the grind or paywalls, this is the game to try. The world is alive, the battles are epic, and every encounter feels like destiny. Welcome to the new era of MMORPGs. Backyard Hockey 02 is the kind of nostalgic blast that feels fresh the first time you lace up your skates. Steam brings the classic to modern PCs with crisp graphics and a smooth, familiar interface that still feels like a childhood playground. You can pick from 8 kid versions of legendary pros, design your own uniforms, and throw down in quick pickups or a full season that tracks your stats and watches your custom players grow. The 3-on-3 mode is a riot, and the power-ups add a cartoonish flair that keeps the pace frantic and the laughs coming. Commentary from Sunny Day and Buddy Check adds personality, and the occasional blooper reel feels like a wink to longtime fans. The star of the show, Pablo Sanchez, still drops in with his signature flair, proving that the game still has heart. Sure, the lack of original source code means some modern tweaks are missing, but the core experience is intact, and the Steam achievements give you a new way to brag. In short, Backyard Hockey 02 is a charming, accessible throwback that lets you relive the joy of backyard hockey with a modern polish. Mouse Fart is the kind of absurd adventure that turns a simple dungeon crawl into a full-blown culinary comedy. From the moment you start, you're wandering a randomly generated maze, hunting for food items that you'll later eat back at home. The real charm comes from your trusty dog companion, who not only keeps you company, but also carries most of your offensive and defensive punch in combat. The battles are classic turn-based, but they're spiced up with quick-time events that let you deal extra damage or block incoming attacks. Every food you collect can be turned into a colorful cloud, and you'll get to play over 70 authentic fart sounds. Yes, that's a thing. Mix different foods to unlock special cloud effects, stash them in jars, and come back for a laugh whenever you want. You can even swap out characters, unlocking a rat and 4 more dogs, each with their own skill trees. Level up, gather skill points, and choose from cartoon, epic, or jazz soundtracks to match your mood. The game throws in secrets, a goddess to free, and a boss named Vulcan, because why not? In short, Mouse Fart is a goofy, gut-laughing RPG that proves you can have your head in the clouds and still enjoy a solid adventure. Welcome to the sweet chaos of The Witch's Fabulous Cracker Shell. Picture this: a hungry witch, a missing cake, and you, a sugar and cookie hero, armed with a sparrow on your head. You're on a mission to snag 8 sacred ingredients from the children's realm, all while dodging the 6 child generals who just want to gobble you up. The game's heart beats to a quirky mix of classical masterpieces, think Tchaikovsky and Bach, blended with modern swing. It's a soundtrack that keeps you laughing and humming in equal measure. Gameplay is a charming blend of puzzle solving and action. You'll glide through a mysterious elevator that drops you into worlds like the Pretzel Festival, Irina's Vegetable Garden, and Distel's Dollhouse. Along the way, you'll meet a cast of delightfully odd characters: the Dead Animal Club, an irritable radishman, treacherous baked goods, and capricious witches. The weapons Guru drops 3 learnable skills: Cinnamon Star, Christmas Cracker, and Caramel Cannon, each adding a punch of flavor to your arsenal. There's a candy shop for upgrades, over 10 puzzles to crack, and hidden Easter eggs that nod to classic games and movies. Even the final bosses are a riot, children with a taste for chaos. The game clocks in at just 2 hours, but the humor, music, and quirky charm keep you coming back for more. In short, The Witch's Fabulous Cracker Show is a delightful, bite-sized adventure that will have you grinning from ear to ear. Dive in and let the sugary madness begin. In the heart of a turbulent China, where winds meet invites you to step into the shoes of a young sword master on a quest that feels both epic and deeply personal. From the moment you cross the threshold of the imperial capital, the world awakens. Mountain peaks whisper, rivers murmur, and every wind carries a promise of discovery. The game's open world is a living tapestry of over 20 distinct regions, each teeming with secrets, bustling markets, and forgotten temples. You'll glide across rooftops, windstride across open plains, or simply pause to play a flute beneath swaying willows. Every action you take, whether you ally with villagers or chase a bounty, shapes the narrative, and the consequences ripple through a dynamic political landscape of the 5 dynasties and 10 kingdoms. Combat feels like a dance of fluid martial arts, letting you craft a style that suits your rhythm. Whether you favor the blistering swing of Thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe so you won't miss any of our next updates. See you next time.